Hi guys. Feels like forever. I need a second to get organized because I was bad and did not take time to set up. So we're just going to play it by ear and cross our fingers. That everything goes okay tonight. Okay, that's the game plan. Anyway, guys, sorry for the silence. Gathering up some critters for tonight's live, which is probably going to be interesting. Simply because that seems to be the way things are going lately, is just interesting. Hello, hello. Give me a second. My system is... When I say system, I mean my computer that I work from. Hello, Poke World. How are you? Trying to get set up sometimes does not go well. Hello, Keyshawn Stevens. I hope I said that right. Hi, Sana Safai. Key World. Well, no, I didn't see the Y. Oh, I get it. I get it. Awesome. Okay. I will try to remember. I said hi. Guys, I'm waiting a few minutes on my moderator, who hopefully will be showing up. If not, it could be an interesting evening. I will be ready here in just a second. By the way, if you don't know, my channel is all about the things behind me. I don't know if you can see them. We're going to be taking a look at the figures If you can see those, that's my collection. And we're going to be looking at the crocodilians that are in my collection tonight. And I don't have a lot, so it's going to be I just have to type something up because on the other channel I have issues and I don't understand why I have the issues. But hello. I lost track of time again. Because I was playing my game and ended up dying and being my dinos, three of my dinos being killed. That's always fun. Anyway, tonight, once I get the slide out of the way because it's annoying, we are we're gonna be looking at the crocodilians that are in my collection. Most of them are actually crocodiles. Hi, Steve. I have a few that are not crocodiles. They're also from different companies. So, that's the thing. So we'll try and get through this as best we can. We will start with the things that are not crocodiles. The first thing we have that is not a crocodile is an alligator. She's Carrie. This is a white alligator. It is not, it's not albino. This is a leucistic alligator. So it's white. And it has blue eyes. And if I remember right, yeah, this is from, it is from Safari Ltd. I don't know if they make this anymore, but I think it's a really cool figure. And the thing that makes it so cool is the fact that it's leucistic. That's a good question. I don't think so. $8.49. So you could spend almost $10 on it on Amazon, or get it a little bit cheaper. Yeah. This is the caiman. If you don't know what a caiman is, caimans are basically South American alligators. They come in different sizes. Not sure what this one is based on because it's sold just as caiman. But I like the teeth on it. And I also like the belly. But it's an awesome little crocodilian. Now the other three are all crocodiles. Some of them are smaller than American crocodiles. I think the black caiman is actually larger and more powerful than an American crocodile. Caimans have a reputation for being aggressive and have been responsible for more human fatalities than other alligators. So, yeah. Believe, and I gotta check because I can never read. I believe this is Safari Safari Ltd. This is one of their crocodiles. They don't come out and say the actual animal. So since I have 3, they get placed in different areas. This is another crocodile. This one comes from Science and Nature. Not sure where I got it from, but it looks like it could be a Nile with those spotches on it. So he gets to sit in my little Africa section. Give me the green card, please. What do I look like? Sorry, ma'am, but I don't have that ability. Now, this is from Sleck, I believe. Yes, this is from Sleck, and it is another crocodile. And because he's bigger in size than the others, he sits up with the Australian animals and standing in for saltwater croc. So those are my crocodilians for right now. Hi, Sheldon. So just to recap, we have caiman, crocodile, I got crocodile on the mind. Caiman, alligator, crocodile, crocodile, trying to show him crocodile. So those are them. Gee, that's really good English. Yeah. My favorite crocodilian. You know, I really like gharials. I don't have one in my collection, but I also really like the African dwarf crocodile. There's just something about it. And I like the dwarf caiman. That question, what is your favorite, always throws me for a loop because another one that I think is pretty cool also is the false gharial. I've had the chance to see the African dwarf crocodile a couple times, and they're pretty cool. I believe he's human. Crocodile Dundee. Next week is going to look very different than usual. There will not be videos per se. We will be, I will be taking a break, a little mini vacation, if you will. I will still do lives. Lives are not going away. I will be back to doing videos. I know it's going to sting a little bit, which is why I'm going to do, that would be cool. I don't know if I've ever seen American Crocs. I don't think so. American crocodiles are not as common in Florida as the American crocodile. Oh my goodness. American crocodiles are not as common as the American alligator. I think numbers are picking up a little bit, but yeah. And some of that depends on where you're at in the Everglades, too. I am super tired. I'm babysitting again, and I'm like getting up at 7:40, no, 7:15 to babysit, and it's 7:30 to 10:30. Yeah, especially considering that alligators just do not live in Florida, whereas the American crocodile, it has a bigger range, but in Florida, more restricted. Right, Sheldon? Oh no, Sheldon, I'm sorry. It's so good. Okay. I want to make sure, because sometimes my mind gets bleh with everything, all of the random facts running through my head. I'm glad to hear it, Sheldon. I will say a close second to my favorites would be the Nile and the saltwater. You know, we talk about how this is true. Hybrids really confuse Mother Nature, I feel. I would hate to see the end results of a could you the end result of a hybrid between a saltwater croc and a Nile crocodile. That would be a monster. Potentially. Oh, she's doing okay. She went to the doctor. She has bronchitis. But you know, everybody knows about the saltwater croc. Most people don't realize that there's also at least two species of croc in Australia. That would be the freshwater crocodile. They're a smaller crocodile. I don't think the mugger is in Australia too. I thought they were more India. You're thinking, that's what I mean. You're thinking of the saltwater croc. The freshwater crocodile from Australia gets to be around 9 feet for the males and 6.9 feet for the females. Whereas a salty males can grow to be 23 feet. So huge difference in size between the two. Not saying that you want to go up against a freshwater crocodile, because a 9-foot crocodile is still big enough to do damage. But 23 feet? No, no. I happen to know that muggers have taken lives. There's they have been around as a group for a very long time. No, I didn't. That's okay. I don't have to get it. Hi, everybody that's watching that can't see me. The other thing that amazes me about um these large crocodiles is how they can be in 3 feet of water and be totally invisible. It blows my mind. I'm sorry. As much as I love animals, I don't know if I could get into that well to rescue it. I don't know how you would rescue it. Where was this at carrying me through? Huh. Yeah, I've seen that played out many, many times. A stick or a rock thrown in. Oh, so okay. So then alligator. Hi Daisy. 67% voted for Nile. Interesting. I can understand it scaring you. Daisy, where are you from? I think I remember you vaguely. I need to come up with polls for all of my lives. It is Thursday, everybody. Unless you live in places where tomorrow is today. So, to put it into perspective a little bit, crocodiles and their kin have been eating animals at waterholes since the dinosaurs. Maybe before the dinosaurs, but crazy to think about that. Our next live on this channel will be May 15th. And it's going to be a conservation success story about the swift fox. So that should prove interesting. And then we have Conservation Spotlight, American Bearing Beetle, and the okapi. So, yeah, that's what's coming up for this channel. There will be a live next week. And for this channel, there will be a video and there will be shorts. I just really need to focus on writing. Writing and a couple other things that I need to work on. Because if I don't, it's not going to happen. So, I am taking a week. To compensate for that, I may go live. One additional time for the other channel. To make up for not doing videos. It won't be necessarily a planned thing. It'll just be a here I am type of thing. They are. So are kit foxes. The only fox that I have seen outside of a zoo are the red foxes. Only seen one. It's not going to be finished because I think I have like 32 chapters. But I'm hoping to finish this chapter, which will make up 2 chapters. My dad, when he was in the service, he was stationed in Utah, and the kit foxes would come to the guardhouse, or the check-in points as you drive into base. But yeah, red foxes are, you don't necessarily see them all the time, but I think they're way more common than people think. I've seen, within a mile and a half of my house, a mile and a half radius around my house, kit fox is a species. You need help. Sheldon, what type of help? Baby foxes are called kits, but kit foxes are a special type of, or its own species. But within a mile and a half radius of my home, I've seen 1, 2, 3, 1. I've seen 5 red foxes. I need help too, honestly. I need a second me. Oh, it's not a book that you can go and buy. I mean, I guess you do go and buy it. I don't know if I have it set up where I can. You have to have a Kindle or the Kindle app. I guess they still have that. Sheldon, do you like fiction? Like, do you like horror? Do you like science fiction? I think it is the smallest South American fox. I don't know if it's the smallest canine. The vampire book is, it's not extreme horror. Carry Me Through could tell you it's not. There's blood, but it's not. How would you describe it? Carry Me Through. But there's also a second book, which is more fiction from all different types of different areas, different genre. I can never pronounce that word. But I'll put them up here in the description or in the video. They're like $3 because that's the lowest price. They're like $2.99. Sorry. I like to call it in line with I I'd like to say that it's in line with sort of the old I'd like to say it's in line with some of the old 1930s stuff, but that's not true either because it's just not. Um, it's an ebook, so they have to have a Kindle in order to read it. Because it's not a book. Um, and I can actually. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would say, Sheldon, if you're gonna send your mom one, maybe send her. Not that she might enjoy it, but maybe send her the A Journey Through My Imagination. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there's on mine, it shows buy for others. So I think you can. But it can only be to people in the United States. Oh, okay. And then there's some ghost stories in the other book. So you can't totally escape my craziness, but yeah, you just have to have their email address. That's how they do it. Either one is I maybe I'm biased because I wrote it. Maybe I'm biased because I wrote both of them. But if I were going to pick one, I would pick the short story one. It's bigger. There's like 44 different stories in it. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter, but yeah, I don't think. The only thing I ask is if you do buy it, that you leave a once you've read it, there's a place for you to do reviews. Yeah, mine's not a creep show. Mine aren't creep showy. But I think one of the things that I'm good at doing, maybe, are Easter eggs and teasing. But yes, I do remember them. Yeah. Mine, I feel like Elias has his moments. Okay. Well, if you have any questions, there are there is a way to find my email address. If you really hunt for it on the community page for the other channel, and maybe for this one, I don't know. It would mean a lot, honestly. And for those of you who are wondering, no, you don't have to buy it. You're under no obligation. Just saying. I haven't ate either, but it's just food. Um, the second book is the anthology. And it is 178 pages. Yeah, I can see that, I guess. And then The Dark Walk is, I don't know how many pages, is 62 pages long. So I'm going to be working on that too. and just updating it. Making it a little bit more my author information. There's a second, maybe a second book that well, not a second book, but a third book that's going to be written the same way that the anthology is done. Oh no. That sounds like it could be a deer tick. When did she pull it off? I know deer ticks are small. Doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is, but I have two. One is, I want to make sure I don't say it. The Dark Walk, which is my vampire story. And then I have A Journey Through My Imagination. Oh no! Get yourself checked and watch it. Watch for that target. Yeah, I'm not super. I know there was one time my nephews were playing Pokemon, and they decided that they wanted to go out. Okay. So yeah, guys, just hello. Hope you're having a great week. Where is everybody from? Sorry. If you're here, hello. I was having issues. I got disconnected somehow and got reconnected a couple times and just took forever. Hello. Hello, everybody. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and click the like button and then vote in the poll. I am not talking about the subject that is up in the title because we've already done it and talked about it, but if you have questions about what the collection is or a crocodilian thing, you can type it up and put it into the comments or put it in the chat and I'll see it. And if you're wondering about the links to Amazon, I have 2 books out. I don't expect anybody to buy them. But I had a subscriber from my other channel ask about them. So I posted the links for him. You're not in any obligation, under no obligation to buy. I'm just was obliging my subscriber. On top of being a YouTuber, I am also a author, sort of. Hello. Hello. For those of you who don't know, I am Nature Guy X46. This is my second channel where we talk about basically animals. Boy, did I misspell that. Sorry. Hi, Sheldon. I don't know why that's not working on my phone. Sorry. Trying to figure out. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Sheldon. How you doing? What the heck? Well, that was weird. It said I didn't have permission to be... Like, I didn't know I needed permission. Hi, Audrey. Hi, it's Audrey. What's up, Sheldon? Sorry. How are you? Ask. You gotta give me more than that. They're African. They also go by the name Royal Python. They're not a huge python. I I I recommend, if you're thinking about getting one, to do your research. Yeah, definitely do your research. And then, personally, I would not buy one that is a morph, meaning it's a different color phase than the wild ones. Ah, well, be careful. Yeah, I personally would pick the wild, the more common wild looking morph, the original morph, just because they breed for that trait. And after a while, I don't know, it just seems weird. That's just my take on it, though. I need to check something real quick. Maybe. Oh, okay. You either be able... Yeah, that's that would be my fear. Um And you have to be able to feed either frozen thawed rodents or live rodents. I recommend using frozen thawed. Because if you're going to buy an animal that could be $100, you don't want them getting bit by a mouse or whatever you're feeding them and then getting an infection and not making it. So, something interesting happened over the last week. Tennessee and Kentucky on their border had a earthquake on the 6th, I believe, a 2.6 along the New Madrid fault line. Earlier last week, they had one in Missouri on the same fault line, also within 2.6 time scale. And I mention this only because when I was in college, everybody was sure that there was going to be a quake on that fault line. A lot of people don't know, but that fault line saw major activity between 1811 and 1812. And it was so bad that the earthquake literally caused the Mississippi to flow backwards. It formed a new lake in, I believe it's Tennessee, as well as made a railroad track curve, literally. And that quake hasn't had a big quake since 1811 or 1812. So I wonder if these smaller quakes are a sign of a larger quake coming, or is it just small little releases of energy along the fault line? I'd rather have a 2.6 or 2.4, whatever it was, than these large quakes that are between 7 and 8 on the Richter scale. So it's crazy to think about it. I think there is something wrong with my live. just want to make sure that I'm not wasting my time. Sorry. I had something in my eye. Well, not in my eye, but... I have a feeling that there's an issue. Okay, guys, I think I have an issue with my live. So I'm going to sign off. And I will see people tomorrow. Bye-bye.